Hi everybody, I'm Greta with the Columbus Public Library. Welcome to today's Simple Steps Storytime. I've got two cool books to share with you today, and they're both about the important jobs that people do that make our communities and neighborhoods terrific places to live. So these community helper books are a little bit different in that they're both guessing game books. You're going to have to listen with your ears and look very closely with your eyes and see if you can guess which job I'll be reading about. Now, some of the jobs today are going to be kind of easy for you to guess, but there's some tricky ones too. So you really got to pay attention today as I read to these books. The first book I'm going to read is this one. It's Clothesline Clues to Jobs People Do, written by Catherine Helling and Deborah Hembrook. This is a really fun book. Do you know what a clothesline is? Well, if you wash your clothes and you want the sun to dry them, you hang them outside on the clothesline. And all of our clues today are going to be hung on a clothesline. So get ready and listen carefully while we read Clothesline Clues to Jobs People Do. This book is written by Catherine Helling and Deborah Hembrook, and the illustrator is Andy Robert Davies. Look at the clotheslines and see every clue. Who uses these things for the jobs that they do? Uniform and cap, an invite for you, a big bag of letters. What job does she do? Can you guess what the job is? She is a mail carrier. Milk pail and straw hat, overalls in blue, plaid shirt, bandana. What job does he do? I see a rooster there too. What job do you think it might be? He is a farmer. And look, there's the mail carrier delivering something to him also. Interesting. Keep an eye out for her for the rest of the book. Oven mitts, apron, recipe for stew, puffy hat and whisk. What job does he do? Do you see the whisk in the pocket of the apron? What job does this person do? He is a chef. And look, in the background, there's the mail carrier and the farmer and that cat. Have you seen that cat before? Smock, beret, and brushes, paints of every hue, canvas, and easel. What job does he do? There's a lot of clues there. He is an artist. And look, there's the mail carrier bringing him an invite. Coveralls, tool belt, work gloves and glue, safety glasses, saw. What job does she do? Any guesses about the name of this job? She is a carpenter. She makes things out of wood. And look, do you see some familiar characters outside her door? Heavy pants, helmet, wide suspenders too, rescue coat, long hose. What job does she do? Any guesses on this one? It's an important community helper. She is a firefighter. She's washing her truck in this picture. Spacesuit and jetpack, star charts to review, flight gloves and moon boots. What job does she do? She is an astronaut, and there's her rocket. Also, look, there's the carpenter, the artist, the mail carrier, the chef, and the farmer. I see that cat too. And they're all there for a launch party. The astronaut is taking off today. These clothes are all clues to jobs people do. Is one of these jobs just right for you? How'd you do at guessing with those clues on the clothesline? I hope that was fun. I really like that book. And now's another one called Whose Hands Are These? A community helper guessing book. We're going to be guessing again. By Miranda Paul and illustrated by Luciana Navarro Powell. Look at all these different hands. Some of them have tools. They're all doing jobs that help make our community a better place. So listen carefully while I read this book. Now the clues in this story are a lot longer. You've got to really listen and watch the pictures. And I'll let you in a secret. For each job, right before we try to guess, there will be a word that rhymes with that job that's going to help you guess. So listen and think about rhyming words while we read. Whose hands are these?
Hands can wiggle, hands can clap, hands can rap and flap and tap. But hands can help, so raise yours please. Can you guess whose hands are these? Here comes our first clue. Hoe and sow, these hands are soiled. Sweep and reap, these hands have toiled. In the barn, these hands are charmers. These hands belong to many. It rhymes with charmers. Got a guess? Farmers! There's the farmers, and that little boy's feeding the young calf. Choose, peruse, these hands are picky. Mix and mash, these hands are sticky. These hands flip through food-stained books. These hands belong to gifted cooks. Cooks, books, it rhymes. And look, they're making pizza. Yum. Stop and go, these hands are waving. Catch that guy, he's misbehaving. These hands help us keep the peace. Can you guess who they belong to? The police. Now in this picture, look, the pizza parlor where we saw the cooks is back there. There's something up in the sky, and there's two people in lab coats. Everything in that picture is related to our story. Interesting. Quest and test. These hands are turning. Test again. These hands are learning. Weigh and count. Their work persists. These hands belong to, rhymes with persists, scientists. And there are those two people in their white lab coats. Now they're in their scientific lab with their test tubes and microscope. Push and play, these hands are shaping. Wet with clay, these hands are scraping. These hands keep on adding water. These are the hands of one great, rhymes with water, potter. Yep, he makes bowls and mugs out of clay. He's a potter. And look out his window. Now there's a skydiver. Taking notes, these hands are writing. Breaking story, how exciting! These hands can type or hold recorders. These hands belong to news reporters. The breaking story is that the skydiver landed in a tree. Do you see him up there? That person will be on the news tonight. Yank and crank, these hands are smeared. Reach and wrench, they've disappeared. When something breaks, these hands don't panic. These hands belong to, rhymes with panic, a mechanic. Do you see them? They're fixing the motor in that bright yellow car. Dream and sketch, these hands draw lines. Stack and build, they form designs. Measure twice, check all the specs. These hands belong to architects. The architects design the buildings that are in our community. Arms up high, these hands keep score. Throwing flags, they say, no more. Each hand signs and oversees. These hands belong to, rhymes with overseas, referees. Now this is a baseball game. So the referee's called an umpire, and he's calling that person sliding into home place safe. Rub and scrub, these hands are clean. Wearing gloves, these hands are green. These hands all have healing missions. These hands belong to your physicians. Physicians and missions, it rhymes. And physicians is another word for doctor. Come on in, these hands wave sweetly. Caked in chalk, these hands write neatly. These hands care for kids and creatures. Rhymes with creatures. Teachers! These hands belong to teachers. And look, they're learning about that reptile in that aquarium tank there. Greeting, eating, dressing, sharing, clearing, caring, or repairing. Let your hands try something new. One day, what could your hands do? And there's the class. They're having a job fair day, and the students have all dressed up.
Well, I hope you enjoyed today's books about community helpers. There's a lot more books at the library about your favorite kind of community helper, so call any branch and ask for them. Now, one of the things community helpers don't hear enough is thank you. Thank you for the great job you're doing. So I made a thank you card. It's very simple. Thank you on the front. But I learned how to do something cool inside. Look, it's a pop-out happy face. And I learned how to make that part using this book called Kirigami Greeting Cards. You can check this out from the library. And a grown-up can help you with the cutting parts, and you can decorate the thank you cards for any community helper or person in your life that's doing nice things every day to make your life easier. Thanks for joining us today, and we'll see you next time on Simple Step Storytime. Bye, everybody. 90% of brain growth happens before kindergarten. 90%. So talk, sing, read, write, and play with your child every day. Those 5 simple steps build the foundation for a lifetime of learning.